Good morning and welcome to Nigeria Now on your digital first Pan-African News Network TOS television, the program which brings you big stories from across Nigeria daily newspaper as well as a review of the headlines of the paper. My name is Sagir Ibrahim and this morning we will be starting with the Nigerian News Direct newspaper. From the very top there we see infrastructure decay, due process key to access financing by TET fund, and that's according to Provost. And beside that, we also see insecurity enough to induct a A29 Super Tucano aircraft. That's on page 4. NPDC Ogoni People pledge cooperation on oil production. That's on page 4 of the Nigerian News Direct newspaper. For the banner headline there, we see 2 soldiers killed, 1 other abducted as bandits attack NDA. Military begins manhunt. Nigerians have lost hope in Buhari APC, and that's by the spokesperson of the PDP, Kola Ologbondiyan. Under the pictures of the day there, we see IBEDC records 15,032 cases of vandalism in 6 months, deficit of 4 billion naira monthly. We also see Dangote pledges to boost engineering in Nigeria, bags multiple awards. A couple of other headlines on the Nigerian News Direct newspaper. You can simply grab a copy to keep updated.
Let's look at the front page of the Daily Trust newspaper. The very first headline there says it's on banditry, group attacks. Group ask Buhari to declare state of emergency in Zamfara. Fear of closure as federal government begins inspection of 54 car assembly plants. Over 100,000 people killed, 2,600 Boko Haram members surrendered in Borno. That's from Zulum. And the Barna headline on the Daily Trust says why NDA's security was compromised. 4 riders underneath that. The first one says bandits live peacefully near academy. Majority of troops posted elsewhere. Soldiers on guard mysteriously fell asleep. Invasion, a huge embarrassment, and that's from experts. Underneath the picture of the day, it's PDP crisis. After court order, 2 deputies claim secondary seat. Team Nigeria dazzles at Tokyo Paralympics opening ceremony. Southeast no longer safe to hold delegates conference. NUJ cries out. Dangote Cement announces 150 billion naira commercial paper.
For the Daily Times newspaper this morning, we see FMCA trains media practitioners on convergence journalism. For the banner headline there, we see insecurity apprehension trails bandits attack on NDA Kaduna. Attack a national embarrassment, says ACF. PDP, Nigerians have lost hope in Buhari-led APC government. Nowhere is safe, Shehu Sani as Kaduna Government Assembly Speaker condemn attack. Underneath the picture of the day there, we also see your advice against external borrowing belated, CNPP tells Lawan. COVID-19, FG distributes Moderna vaccines to 29 states, supports African countries with IMF's SDR allocation, and that's according to Okonjo-Iweala. PDP crisis, Secondo's Deputy Nazif summons emergency NEC meeting for Friday.
All right, to the Business Day newspaper, starting with the banner headline, Citizens Helpless as Bandits Humiliate Nigeria's Military. Doing business, obstacles, ships stuck at sea over clearance process. Consumer trends open opportunities for Nigerian manufacturers. Low pay, poor compliance, denying retirees pension benefits. And that's it on the Business Day newspaper.
For the Blueprint newspaper this morning, we see NAPTIP rescues 104 victims, arrests 8 suspects. That could be found on page 14. Boko Haram, 2,600 surrendered, 50,000 orphans, widows harvested, and that's by the governor of Borno State, Babagana Zulum, says not all surrendered insurgents are criminals, no cause for alarm, Arab or Iraboa shores. We also see if FG releases 292.6 billion naira for varsities, polytechnics and COEs. For the banner headline on the Blueprint newspaper, we see attack on NDA shows nation security on reverse gear, and that's according to the ACF. Says it's an embarrassment to founding fathers. 2 officers killed, 1 kidnapped. Will track down perpetrators, and that's according to the defense headquarters. El-Rufai empathizes with NDA families of slain officers. That could be found on page 6. Underneath the picture of the day there, we see PIA. Kiari experts differ on implementation of host communities fund. Government has performed its duties to oil cores, and that's according to Abugo. We also see like 2015 PDP splits ahead 2023 polls Factions lay claim to Secondo's seat. Abductors of Kwara 300 level students demand 50 million naira ransom. FG moves to eradicate estimated billings, announces new mastering. And finally, Nigeria to manufacture oil aircraft before end of Buhari's tenure. So joining us this morning to discuss this as well as give an analysis of the various headlines is Mr. Adebayo Fajimi, and he is the sub-editor here at TOS TV Network. Good morning, Mr. Adebayo.
Good morning. It's nice to be here.
Yeah, I see you're looking real sharp this morning.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, welcome. So we go on a quick break now. Before we do so, do remember you could follow us, drop your comments, likes, concerns on our various social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at TOS TV Network. You could also watch a recap of Nigeria Now via our website at www.tostvnetwork.com, as well as via our YouTube page at TOS TV Network. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll go on a quick break now, and when we return, we'll bring you more.
Whatever your size, find it with the new Airtel data plans. Dial *141# now to get the plan that suits you. Airtel, the smartphone.
At the first sign of pain, you need a solution that you can trust to provide effective relief and is gentle on the stomach. Try Panadol Caplets for relief from headaches, body aches, and fever. With Panadol's Optizorb formula, the tablet gently breaks down in the stomach, quickly absorbs, and starts providing pain relief in 15 minutes. For fast and effective pain relief that you can trust, try Panadol Caplets. This has been Medifact for Panadol.
You're still watching Nigeria Now on your digital first Pan-African News Network, TOS Television. So, Mr. Adebayo, I want to ask you, 2 soldiers killed, 1 other abducted, as reported on Nigeria News Direct newspaper, as bandits attack NDA. So, let's hear your opinion on that, first of all.
Well, once again, thank you for having me. I must say, like every discerning Nigeria, that it is a very pathetic news, very emotionally depressing that this is happening, despite all what Nigerian leader President Muhammadu Buhari has promised us, and despite all the support being given, and okay, we'll do this, we'll do that. The question we need to ask ourselves as Nigerians is if this can happen to Nigerian Defense Academy. So what is the fate of an average Nigerian? And we can actually see what this portends, to Nigeria. And that reminds me what Council of Foreign Relations and Harvard Kennedy School, said just recently by their senior fellow, that said Nigeria, is manifesting all kind of a failed state. Okay, do you understand? And you see, carpetbaggers, politicians, because of partisanship and say no manner of things that contradicts what what the government is giving to Nigerians. So you can see that this really portends, great danger for Nigerians, and nobody is free again. If that can happen to the NDA, so now what happens to an average Nigeria? So that absolutely portends great danger for Nigeria.
All right, that's quite a thought you have there. So moving forward, let me ask, we've seen quite a lot of happenings going on here in Nigeria. I mean, the banditry is on one side, insecurity on the other side, all levels of pockets of violence here and there. And however, we are still seeing, a little bit of disorientation from the political aspect of all of this. I mean, we see what's going on in the APC with the Conventional Planning Committee, the caretaker committee set up by the party, and as well in the PDP, where we see them rejecting, you know, their party chairman. So on Blueprint newspaper, we see, I mean, like in 2015, PDP splits ahead 2023 polls, factions lay claim to secondary seat. So what's your thoughts on that?
Well, it is not surprising because we are all Nigerians, and if you have been following Nigerian political history, you know, you will discover that, you know, nothing has changed. Okay, so this is not surprising at all. So, but for the sake of Nigeria, you know, I think what these guys just need to do is just to come together and put their house together, because this guy, Wellington, Banky W, he made a statement a couple of days ago that, you know, both PDP and the APC has just, you know, a leap of, you know, frog or whatever he calls it. So now, if you look at it very well, the way our, you know, politicians are playing politics, Nigerian politics, you know, it's not the way to go at all. So it's not the way to go at all. If you look at 2015, 2019, and even now, has anything changed? It is just like, you know, it is just a vicious circle of, you know, of mediocrity in the political system. Do you understand? So that's just my thought. So it is just good for them, for the sake of Nigerian state, to put their house together and do the needful.
Okay. Well, before you go on, there was one headline that caught my attention. I think, even though it's not replicated across all the papers, there was a headline. I'm more of innovation. There was a headline that talked about, you know, the federal government going to inspect vehicle assembly plant. So we want to start manufacturing cars in Nigeria. And then there was another one that said Nigeria is going to manufacture its own aircraft before Buhari's tenure.
I saw that.
What do you have to say about that?
Yes, of course. I mean, we just need to hear what you have to say about that, because it was quite an interesting read.
Yes, exactly.
Well, like I said, you know, well, I will not. Nothing is impossible, but if you look at the whole structure of our leadership, you know, in Nigeria,
yes,
I would say it's all a joke. Because I remember, was it last year or 2019? I could not really remember. This minister of what's his name now? No. A cabinet member in President Buhari's administration telling us that the number of toothpick that we import annually. Now,
was that Aldogbe?
Aldogbe, thank you very much.
I think I remember that.
Now, if Nigeria, you know, cannot sufficiently, you know, produce toothpick that can serve Nigeria, that we are still importing billions of toothpick, how much, you know, car plants, aircraft is a joke. Is a joke. So I don't really believe in that. So I think the first thing they need to do for them to gain the trust of Nigerian is to start with the basic and be consistent with a record success. So it's not just for them to be telling us we want to do this, we want to do that over time. The basic things that Nigerian people need, have they been able to provide them sufficiently?
So are you saying we don't have both the materials and the intellects to actually be able to manufacture whether cars or an aircraft?
It is not even about the intellect. A quite great of Nigerians are doing experts all over there, outside this show. But we have a frustrating system here that will not make it work. That is just the issue.
Okay.
All right, so let's go back to insecurity now, because there's a particular headline that I saw on Blueprint as well as Daily Trust. This should be the final one. 2,600 surrendered, that's repentant Boko Haram members. 2,600 surrendered. 50,000 orphaned, widows harvested. So now, what do you have to say about the sporadic surge we have seen in the surrendering and repentance of Boko Haram members, Boko Haram and ISWAP fighters? What do you have to say about that?
And to add to that, do you think we're gradually tilting towards what we see happening in Afghanistan at this point?
Because it's a call for concern.
Exactly,
actually.
that's what persons are concerned that, look, Nigeria might be tilting towards that direction.
Especially what happened yesterday.
Yes.
If that can happen on NDA, of course, we can just wake up someday and we just heard the news that, you know, these guys have, you know, stormed Aso Rock, and, you know, we just have an experience or replica of what happened in Afghanistan. So my thought on what Governor Zulum said yesterday, you know, while on a visit to the Mr. President, was what the spokesperson of Nigerian Army has been telling Nigerian is a social number of Boko Haram and all of that are surrendering. But this man came and said not all bona fide. Most of these people, children, wives, are those who have been conscripted.
Okay.
So how genuine are we that these people are the core Boko Haram insurgents? Okay, so there have been lies over times, and when these people come and give us information, I think they are not being straightforward in what they are, really giving to the Nigerian people.
All right. Thank you so much for your thoughts, Mr. Adebayo Fajimi. And we do hope we'll be able to do same tomorrow. And that's it as well for Nigeria Now this morning. You could follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at TOS TV Network, as well as watch a recap of Nigeria Now via our website at www.tostvnetwork.com. You could also watch a recap of Nigeria Now via our YouTube page at TOS TV Network. Don't forget to like and subscribe. As always, my name is Sagir Ibrahim.
And I'm Adesu Osu. Thank you so much for joining us.